A look at some of the health and medical stories making headlines right now. Joining us, of course, is ABC News medical correspondent, Dr. Darien Sutton. Welcome back.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. Okay, so look, I was in the park yesterday.
Yes.
Everyone was sneezing. We got those allergies going. What do we need to know? Because it feels like it's just coming earlier every year.
And you're absolutely right. When you look at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the numbers comparing today to the 1990s, spring is starting up to 20 days earlier and lasting up to 10 days longer, affecting 60 million Americans. So when I speak to my colleagues in allergy and immunology, they give me some really easy tips that we can all do. So they include things like, number one, air purifiers. Those HEPA filters, those high efficiency particulate air filters, you want to change them, especially if you're about to start your air conditioner. You want to change your filter on your air conditioner. Keeping your windows closed during windy days or when there's a lot of yard work outside. And if you're going to reach for nasal products, for example, nasal steroids or nasal irrigation or nasal washes, you want to reach for nasal steroids and avoid or limit nasal decongestants. Paying attention to the box, and then, of course, talking to your doctor because you might be a candidate for other treatments.
All right, good to know. Thank you for that. And there's been a lot of headlines about milk and bird flu and how traces of the bird flu virus were found in samples, a certain number of samples of pasteurized milk. What's going on?
So this is the avian influenza, the H5N1 flu, and what we've seen and known since 1996 is that this virus has been transmitting through wild populations of birds, then poultry, and now, unfortunately, cattle. So there are remnants of the virus being found in the milk that we drink. Thankfully, when I talk to the scientists that do these studies, there's no sign right now that that virus could possibly travel from milk to humans, but just a reminder that we should be avoiding raw milk because, thankfully, pasteurization saves us from that.
I love that you're talking to the scientists.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really, really helpful, especially to understand how it works.
So pasteurized milk at the grocery store is okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Good to know as a parent. And just as a person.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk loneliness because there's been a lot of talk about this. People are feeling more lonelier than ever before. The U.S. Surgeon General has declared it an epidemic, and parents are especially feeling lonely, moms especially.
Yeah.
What can we do about this? What do we need to know?
Well, it's unfortunate. This is a new study from Ohio State University. It's a survey, and it found that more than 60% of parents are reporting feeling isolated or without having friends or friendships that they can find comfort in and find support. And it's forever important, number one, because loneliness doesn't just affect our emotional health. It affects our physical health. Loneliness is associated with an increased risk of heart disease later in life, an increased risk of dementia. So it's important to understand that the value of reaching out, and it's not just about finding that friend, it's about being that friend. It can be short things like coffee walks or even just a simple walk. And also, I think online chat rooms can be helpful to find that support and relationship that you need, but focusing on that friendship just as much as you focus on your physical health is really important.
Maybe taking that online friendship out into the real life.
Absolutely. At least try small things, quality over quantity.
Is that a lingering effect of the pandemic?
I think so. I think it's also just a function of society today. More of us are working more, longer hours. And I think a function of the pandemic is bringing work home. It causes you to constantly be at home, so you're less likely to be outside. That's probably a factor that goes into this.
Yeah. There used to be a village, and now it seems like you're kind of isolated.
It's very, very true. And again, more likely that that other person is also lonely. So reaching out is really important.
Dr. Darien, thank you so much.